To your right is an object with which you will save the world. What is it? A half-eaten Nerf bullet. Toilet paper. Potatoes. A fuckload of potatoes. A pillow. Maybe I have to challenge Bezos and Musk to pillow fights for their fortunes. A computer mouse. Going to put this world in a spreadsheet and pivot table the shit out of it. My wall. My friend? Good luck, Maddie. A cat. Sad-looking Navy dude vaping? A useless beagle who's so fluffy that he looks like a corgi. A towel in which I just used for a shower. I could strangle a few people, that'll help. A pillow with a picture of a cat on it. Cup of coffee, so pretty much like every day then? My Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon set. My guitar. Without objectifying her, my wife is to my right. The world is in safe hands. Nasal spray. I'm lying on my left side, so the item to my right is my ceiling fan. I guess I could use it as a really off-brand Captain America shield. My book about an apocalypse. Coffee. I believe it has saved the world many times already, to be honest. The real superhero, MVP, VIP, etc. Lesbian parents of Reddit. How did you decide who got pregnant? I have friends who used one wife's brother as the male donor, so obviously it had to be the other wife carrying. I work with a lot of lesbian families. Usually, one might have a stronger desire to bear children, so that is the one who does. Sometimes both do, so they may each bear a child. Sometimes it's about genetics and someone with a condition or predisposition may ask the other to bear any children. Sometimes none want to bear children, so they adopt, foster, surrogate. It's usually just an honest conversation about who may want to give birth, if anyone. My wife and I are good friends with a lesbian couple who had one carry the baby while they used the other's egg. Since one carried and the other is genetically the mother, they each have a special attachment to the baby. I thought it was really neat. A good friend from college is married with a kid on the way. I asked her and she said it came down to genetics. My friend's wife is BRCA positive, the breast cancer gene, so they agreed my friend should be the biological mother to prevent their kid from having to worry about it. I mean, obviously the best way to decide would to play Mario Kart and the loser has to pop that sucker out. My sil and her wife have a kid. She was conceived when they briefly broke up years ago, so wasn't much of a decision thing. Upside down face. Was a donor for coworker and her wife. They went based on who had the better insurance benefits. Our job had shit benefits and her wife was a teacher with state benefits and such. My aunts are lesbian, and they couldn't decide, so they both had a kid. My wife and I are just starting the process. I am hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, going to carry first. I'm older than her, so I'm going first in hopes to catch my eggs before they turn to mush. I had a major blood clot a few years ago, so I have to be on blood thinner injections during pregnancy, which has made me go from wanting to carry twice to only wanting to carry once. 9 months of daily self-injections is a real bummer. We are hopefully both going to carry eventually using the same donor. My lesbian parents tell the story of how they were shopping one day and my birth mom broke down in tears at the sight of baby clothes. That's how they decided. Me and my partner are starting the process at the back end of the year. She will carry as I absolutely do not want to carry and couldn't think of anything worse than pushing out a baby, but she really wants to experience pregnancy. We haven't had a kid yet, but we plan to in around 5-7 years. My fiancé is having the baby because I am terrified of giving birth and she wants the experience. Easy solution for us, haha. We both decided to carry a baby, at separate times. They are biologically related since we used the same donor. I think the deciding factors were age, genetics and desire to go through a pregnancy. My wife had a harder time getting pregnant and sadly lost 2 babies during pregnancy. During those hard times we had discussed on several occasions that adoption was also an equally desirable option for our family. My sister and her wife are in the process of getting pregnant. My sister-in-law has always wanted to get pregnant and my sister honestly has no desire to be pregnant, so I guess it was an easy choice for them. Rock, paper, scissoring. In some relationships the parents decide to both get pregnant of the same donor. Not a parent, but my wife and I are planning in that direction. My wife has no urge to carry a baby and doesn't want to pass her family's medical history on to another generation. I want to experience pregnancy and giving birth. The conversation was incredibly easy for us. Since most of these comments are not from actual lesbians, hi, lesbian here. My wife and I have an 11-month-old son. She carried the baby because she has better genes, No cystic acne or severe mental illness for starters. And is a few years younger than me. Also, I've never wanted to be pregnant for like a gazillion reasons. So many that I could probably write a book, so it was her or no baby. My wife is 5 years older than me, so we agreed she'd go first in case it took a while or we had fertility issues. We didn't know if either of us would have issues as we'd never tried before. We always planned on taking turns though. She gave birth to our daughter last June, and I am 24 weeks pregnant with our son now. Same donor. We did DIY. My partner, we are both female, went through IUI treatment today. How did we pick? It was easy, there was not a bone in my body that wanted to experience carrying a child. She is 34, I am 32. So, pretty simple decision for us personally.